Here. So, let's just get this started. My last few videos I made on this, I said I wasn't going to promote any more Bandai games. I wasn't going to promote Shinobi Striker. To be honest, I wasn't even going to try to make a video yesterday about this issue, but just because it kind of sickens me to see how this community is being treated, I kind of felt compelled to say something about this. So, to start off with this stream, uh, Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker, I was a huge advocate of this game. Played the betas. I really thought the game had a great idea, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty decent game with a little bit of information that we had on it. I went out my way to just promote this game completely, and I wanted it to be successful. And to be honest, I want any Naruto game to be successful because I'm actually a huge fan of the Naruto series. Recently, that has definitely changed. How can I say this? With Bandai creating this game, hold
What
on.
does strength
Yeah, with
mean?
Bandai creating this game, I just feel like we had a lot of lack of communication about what this game was going to be, what it's going to be about, all kinds of stuff. But still, there's kind of hype for not knowing things, and kind of went with it. But further on, once we get to the game's like release, there was huge issues with the game just from the start. People not being able to play right off the bat, and to me, I think I get when games drop, there's gonna be some bugs with every game. That's cool. But it got to a certain point where it was just kind of unacceptable. Especially with the price that we paid for this game. Now I paid $60 for the game plus $30 on top of that for the DLC. So Frontier, that's sad. What's sad, Frontier? Um, but I paid $90 altogether to play this game. And when I pay for a video game and I pay that amount of money for it, I expect the. I'm really disappointed. Yeah, man, me too. I am disappointed too. But when I pay that amount of, for a game, I really think that I deserve to get my money's worth out of this game. This game should never been a $60 to $90 game. It should have started off in like the 20 or 30 range. Right now, not even being able to play, this should be a complete free game, and I think everyone deserves their refund. With saying that, Bandai has just completely shut everyone out. They put a couple Twitter posts. I don't like the fact that they try to joke around about this, especially when people, work hard, to get the stuff that they get. Um, and I've actually dealt with some of the Bandai, not the people who make the games or stuff like that, but I've tried calling because my data was deleted, and maybe a couple of y'all have seen that video. But I got like the receptionist and some other people to talk to me, and they were completely disrespectful. We're not trying to help out the customer base and all that kind of stuff. The fact that we had to email, there's no like actual call line to get our stuff back, and it'll take them weeks, sometimes even a month to even get back to about an issue that they've caused. Um, to me is unacceptable. You make video games for a living. You're professionals. Act like professionals. Frontier. I bought the season pass and game can't play even characters like that's Frontier. That is a huge issue. I can't even get my DLC characters. I paid $30 for this, and I can't even touch the DLC characters that I wanted, which is ridiculous. I think it's completely ridiculous. So there's a lot of rumors going around. Not even rumors. I don't know if it's fact by now, but there's this stuff going around saying that this guy hacked the game, showed a lot of the gameplay stuff, and some of these content creators out here, I'm not going to put names out there, but I think you guys know who he is. He's pretty up there. But I gotta call him out with blaming this hacker. Like, I don't blame the hacker. The only reason why I don't blame the hacker, regardless if we're not able to play the game because of his actions, is because Bandai has kind of brought this on themselves. And before anyone goes crazy in the comments, like, oh, how could you say that? The reason why I say they brought that on themselves is because there had been so many issues with this game on release that they did not fix or communicate that they would fix or cared about, that if they had just done their job like they were supposed to and actually cared about this game and cared about this game being well, we wouldn't be at this point. No one would have to hack the game. No one would have to mess with and leak stuff, because you would have given us the stuff that we needed. This hacker, when he put that video out, had made me more excited about this game than Bandai has. And that's the sad part about it. Granted, what he did was illegal. Yes, it was illegal. And I'm not saying that anyone should do anything illegal. Granted, his actions may have caused us not being able to play, and that definitely sucks. But this game has sucked before that whole point. And I'm tired of all the yes men with the Bandai, like, oh, well, it's okay. I mean, at least we got the game and at least we get to play something. Like, no. This game has been trash. From the get-go, this game has been trash. I don't want to hear like yes men talking about, oh, we shouldn't be complaining. If I paid my money for this game, the amount of money that I've played for this game, I have every right to complain. If it was a free game, I wouldn't be complaining. I wouldn't be making this video at all. But that's not the fact. I worked hard. I saved up for this game, and I got ass. Complete total ass. And I just think that's completely unacceptable. And if you have any kind of moral, like, sense of morality, you would see it too. This community has just been treated completely unfairly. It's not the customer's fault that this game is not working. It's the company's fault for not communicating, for not caring about their community enough to make this game a great experience for everyone. I also have to call out some of the content creators who do promote this game. There were a lot of content creators who got to play parts of this game before everyone else. And because they don't want to ruin their standing with Bandai, they become yes men, and they're like, oh, this game is great. You should play this game. But you knew full well, before anyone else, how bad this game could have been. Granted, I'll give like some leeway that you wanted to see where it goes. You didn't have the full game. I understand that part. But it's just like, now you guys are now these content creators are switching up and saying that this game is kind of bad, or we're not going to play it anymore and stuff like that. When you were promoting it straight out the ass, that this was great and you got to play before anyone. Now, granted, I got to play the beta, but even through my videos of the beta, I've always mentioned things that they need to work on and what's going to make this game good. I definitely thought people should buy it because the concept of it was like a great idea. But I was always skeptical about what we were going to actually get on this game on release day. And when release came out, I was not happy. And I definitely put my opinions out there about these games. And I think that's the difference between those content creators and us. Because I'm going to tell you straight up if a game is complete trash, and this one is. But them, because they have standing with Bandai or some kind of relationship with them, they won't tell you everything that you need to know right off the bat, because they don't want to ruin their relationship. And you know what? Hey, that's money. So I can't fault them too much for that, but to me, that's a problem. It's a huge problem. Frontier, I remember they made a survey after the beta that had done nothing on Bandai. I remember the survey. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Frontier. Maybe you could explain just a little more. So I'll address it definitely. Granted, I didn't want to make this video. I really am done with this game. I will play it because I paid for it, and I can't get a refund on it. Obviously, I don't think anyone's going to be able to get a refund on this game. I have gone out the ass to try to get a refund. I've gone to Bandai US and called them. I've emailed Bandai Japan. I've talked to the PlayStation people. Everyone's saying that there's nothing they can do, even though this game is complete crap. So that just kind of brings me to the point where I'm never going to buy a Bandai game again. And that's not to say that every Bandai game is trash. The Jump Force game looks great. Okay, it looks like it's going to be an amazing game. But for me, I can't trust Bandai to give me exactly what I need. I'm not putting money into that game, not knowing if I'm gonna get my money's worth. I don't trust them anymore. They will not get my support. And I think if any people have a brain, not saying that you should always agree with my opinions, but I mean, if you really strip down and look at this game and look at the past couple games that they have created, it's not up to par. I wasn't happy too when the game released. It had been really trash before the first DLCs. Thank you. Exactly. The only thing saving this game was the prospects of DLCs coming out. And some of the DLCs have been complete garbage too. But that's the only thing that's keeping this game afloat, was the fact that we could get some characters that we actually wanted. But most of the characters in here don't even touch them. We didn't even touch them. I feel like whoever made this game didn't read the manga, didn't watch Naruto. Maybe he got like a couple highlight videos. Maybe went over to Afro Senju's YouTube channel and checked out a couple of his videos and like, oh, that's what this game's about. Boom, let's just make a game off of it. And didn't really take the look into the actual story and what the community actually wanted in this game. It's definitely crazy. And I didn't want to touch on this point, but I'm going to touch on it. I'm not sure if this is a fact, but this is just things I've heard from close friends of mine, people who have actually looked further into the game, and the people who created this game. But the company Salil, I think that's how you pronounce their name, Salil. From what I've heard, again, this might not be factual, but this is their first game. Bandai, what are you doing? You have big name games that are going to make you money. And those games, well, just by putting the title in them, people are going to be interested in. One of those games is Naruto. You put Naruto in a game, you're going to have a huge community backing you up because they want to see a good Naruto game. And you give a company that has no standing in making video games, and you give them one of your big name games as their first project. Why didn't you give them Black Clover? They could have screwed Black Clover up. We would have been happy. We would have been okay with that. At least I would. But a Naruto game is you get very little leeway with Naruto games. You can mess up a little bit with them, but if you mess up completely, to me that might ruin some reputation for you. At least that's where I'm at now. Eve Eanes is just sad the DLCs came out at a perfect time. Yeah, it is sad, Eve. It really is. I hopped on once I heard Minato was there, and I was like, I'm about to get on this, and then boom, couldn't touch him. Granted, that could be due to the hacking, and I'm not saying the hacking is Bandai's fault. They didn't ask to be hacked and stuff like that, but they definitely didn't do anything to not make this lead up to it. Because people were already getting frustrated with this game. They needed answers. They're waiting for content and wasn't getting content. Someone hacked them, and you know, like I said, they made me more excited about this game than Bandai has. I thought Soleo developers made a game before Dead or Alive. Frontier, you might be correct. This is just something that I've heard from a pretty reliable source. They might have made games. I've heard that they don't have a big standing in making games. Regardless, Bandai has partnered with a smaller company to produce one of their big name games, and I think that's just ridiculous. This is a game that it can be a highlight for a company. One of the games that could be a highlight for their company, and to give it to someone, I'm saying they should have given it to someone who is known for making good games, not someone who has very little standing. I'm not trashing Salil on any games that they've ever made. I've never played any ones except for this one that I know of. But I just think it's kind of ridiculous. And you guys can feel free to disagree with me. I'm cool with that. Like, well, not everyone should have the same opinions as me. This is just me and my opinions about it. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can go ahead, put it in the comments. You know, tell me what you disagree about. I can take the hate. I don't care. Now I have to not to wait another week to play the characters. Sadly, that might be true. We might not even know when we're getting these characters. I'm not even sure that the maintenance will ever end. But I definitely think, as a community people, everyone should just be spamming Bandai with they need to fix this or refund us. That should just be a thing. Because this is just at a point where it's ridiculous. 9 patches in 3 months, ridiculous. But yeah, developers aren't that skillful. Like I said, I don't know. I can't speak on Salil's skill. Because I have not played their games, and I'm not going to put out rumors there that I don't know anything about. I like to try to give factual stuff. This is just something that I've heard. It might not be true. It might be true. If it is true, it just backs up my point even more. But the whole point is that they should not have been behind this game. Bandai should have done a better job in finding a partner that can make a great Naruto game and a great experience for everyone. The thing is, I bought the game and DLC 2 weeks ago, and now this trash, I want my money back. I'm with you on that, Eve. Whether you're going to get your money back or not, I'm telling you, I've tried. I really have tried. I called Bandai US, and this receptionist gave me so much crap and then hung up on me. I called her back 37 times, and she was like, well, I'm going to block your number. And I was like, that's cool. I'll call from another number. And I told her I got nothing to do all day. I will keep calling you back until I get some answers. She finally gave me the email to talk to someone in support. But then it just went right back down the hill. Oh, we can't refund this game. PlayStation would have to refund it to you. PlayStation's like, no, Bandai's going to have to refund it to you. It's on their servers. So, again, whether we're going to get refunds, I think we have a better chance of getting a refund for our money if, as a community, we push for it. If only a couple people are pushing for it, it is not going to do anything. But if everyone starts getting their mind right and stop letting Bandai take passes just because they're a fan of the show and the anime and all that kind of stuff, and look at the actual company themselves, we can get past that. We might actually get what we want. Because granted, Bandai, all they care about is money. Obviously not their customers. And if they want to keep their money, keep making money, they need to start conforming to what their customers want, not what they want. Frontier, I wonder why CC2 denied making new games they could have handled better. Again, I don't know too much about that company, but I think a lot of companies could have done better. To be honest, the companies I love, man, Square Enix, they give a lot of information about their games. They make pretty, good games. Granted, there's some that are not that good, but for most of them, I'm happy with them. Bethesda makes great games. Not saying that they should have jumped on Shinobi Striker. That might not be their niche. But there are companies out there that could have made this game a great experience for everyone. And they went with Soleil. And we got... I feel like this game was made by 12-year-olds. For the first 2 days, it was fine. I finished my VR missions to Joni, but now it's just annoying. Eve, I am one of those people who wanted to see this game be great. I've always wanted to make my own Shinobi. I know there's a lot of people who wanted that too. And granted, it kind of kills me that I have to make this video because I was such an advocate for this game. If you go back on my channel, you look down at my first videos, even my description, I was promoting this game. That's where I started my YouTube channel off. That's where I got my following from. And all you great subscribers and fans, that's where I got to meet a lot of good people. So I can't say it was all bad. Because I got to meet a lot of cool people on it and made a lot of connections, made not a lot of new friends. I kind of had to cut that aside and go straight to the facts. This game is not what it's supposed to be, and the way we've been treated is not the way we should have been treated. CyberConnect is Storm. Yeah, CyberConnect. Granted, I like the first 2 Storm games. After that, to me, it went a little bit downhill, but, I still play Storm to this day. Because even though they changed a lot of stuff that I may not like, it still was a decent game. I got my money's worth out of it. So I was happy with Storm regardless of some of the changes that they made. And to be honest, man, they already had a Shinobi Strike. Like, God, all you had to do, and I would probably have been happy with this. I might get hate for this. But all you had to do was make a carbon copy of Xenoverse and just change the skins. Like, if you had just done that, I would have been happier with a carbon copy of Xenoverse that was just switched over to Naruto, to Boruto, Shinobi Striker than the game that I have right here. You could have made the exact same game and just changed the skins around. Maybe, change the story up a little bit. And I would have been cool with it. Storm made greatest days. Yeah. I love this game. And I play it. Sorry, the words in the chat are kind of cut up, so I have to piece them together. I love this game, and I'll play it for some time, but on the other side, the game died in 2 months. They tried to revive it with DLCs, but yeah, that kind of brings me back to my point. The only thing that was saving this game was the DLCs, and now we can't even touch them. And I feel bad for the people who are the newer people who are just buying this game, just worked up their money to get this game or saved up to get this game now, because if they buy the DLCs, they can't touch any of them. Granted, I still have 3 of them, the first 3 that dropped, but I can't touch the other 3 that have not dropped. Now, these people who have spent their money are not going to be able to touch any of them until Bandai decides to get their head out their ass and change it. And put the servers back up. And why are the servers down, Bandai? Because the Akatsuki infiltrated your system and you have elite technicians on it, that's what we get. For the people who have been backing you for years, we get a stupid joke, a stupid pun. That's it. I'm sick of it. So like I said before in one of my other videos, like I'll no longer be supporting Bandai. Granted, if you kind of came to this channel to see Bandai games, I'm I hate to say this, but you're not gonna see it here. Not until they get their act together. Not until I see something that shows me that they actually care about the community that they're with. Granted, I'll be playing a bunch of other games on here. Bruh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out very, very soon, and just because my subscribers have been so great and so loyal and very uplifting, I'm gonna try my best to do a 24-hour stream for Kingdom Hearts. Not sure I'm gonna be able to do it because my internet can crap out during the nighttime, but I'm definitely gonna be putting as much content for that game as possible for the people who want to see it and want to watch it. But as this game, nope, you ain't gonna see nothing. For any other Bandai games, you won't see nothing. If I get them for free, I might play them, but I'm not paying another dime to this company. And if you're watching my stream right now, feel free to comment, put some feedback in the chat. I'll address it. I want to know how you guys feel about this. Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one here? Am I completely out of pocket for talking about this situation, or does it have some merit? Do you feel the same way? I want to know. This is just crazy. And for the people who are watching, I don't know if you guys came in late in the stream. I don't blame this hacker. I really don't. Granted, he did some things that did affect everyone, but this game, again, I would say it was trash before that, and was lacking before that. Starting hashtag Bandai refund. Thank you. You know what? Definitely. I say go for it. Hashtag Bandai refund or fix. There you go. Actually, to be honest, I just want a refund. I don't even care. I don't even care if they fix this game anymore. I'm just tired of it. I really am tired of it. Even if they take the game back, they can have it back. I just want my money back, Go buy Red Dead Redemption with it. But I'm tired of the yes man. I'm tired of people, just letting Bandai get away with stuff. I'll bring another game into this, the Sword Art Online series, okay? Before I even started playing console, I was a PC player. Still love playing PCs. I plan on going back and streaming some of that too. While I was a PC player, I love playing MMORPGs. Sword Art Online, to me, was a great